Gentlemen, here's something few men ever hear. The first hour after waking is a powerful window that shapes your entire day. It's the moment your body decides whether to set you up for strength, clarity, and performance, or quietly chip away at them. Yet for many men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, mornings feel heavier. Energy is flat, drive has slipped, and intimacy feels more like a memory than a rhythm. Most believe it's just aging or low testosterone. But the truth is different. A landmark Harvard study revealed that over 80% of performance issues trace back not to hormones but to poor circulation. That's because every spark of energy, every reflex, every intimate response depends on healthy blood flow. When your blood vessels are flexible and responsive, you feel alive. When they stiffen, your vitality fades. The process begins with something called endothelial dysfunction. That's when the inner lining of your arteries stops releasing enough nitric oxide, the tiny messenger that tells your vessels to open and deliver oxygen-rich blood. Without it, circulation slows, and symptoms begin. Sluggish energy, weaker reflexes, and fading confidence. And here's the warning sign many men miss. Erectile problems often appear 3 to 5 years before heart disease. In other words, what's happening in the bedroom is often a preview of what's happening in your arteries. By the time you reach your 60s, vessel dilation can drop to half of what it was in your 20s. Think of it like a garden hose with a kink. The water is there, the faucet is on, but the flow never reaches full power. You can turn the handle harder, but until you release the kink, nothing changes. That's exactly how poor circulation limits performance, no matter how much desire or motivation you have. Let me tell you about Joe, a 68-year-old patient of mine. He came to me quietly embarrassed, saying, "I don't feel like me anymore." After just 3 weeks of targeted circulation work, starting with a simple morning routine, Joe returned with energy in his voice and color in his face. He said, "I feel alive again." His story is proof that circulation can be repaired even later in life. And that's what today's video is all about. I'm Dr. Catherine Rockra, a men's health specialist with over 20 years of experience. In a moment, I'll walk you through a 4-step morning routine designed to wake up your circulation, balance your hormones, and sharpen your energy. No pills, no gimmicks, just practical science. Stay with me until the end, because I'll also share one adjustment that helped a 64-year-old patient restore consistent performance in just 7 days. And if you're ready to take back your mornings, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, and drop a yes in the comments below. Step 1. Morning sunlight. The very first step to restoring your vitality starts the moment you step outside. Morning sunlight is one of the most powerful yet overlooked tools for men over 60. It resets your body's internal clock, balances your hormones, and even improves circulation at the cellular level. Here's the science. When sunlight hits your skin and eyes, it signals your brain to regulate cortisol, testosterone, and melatonin, the 3 hormones that shape your energy, focus, and recovery. Even more remarkable, exposure to natural light stimulates the release of nitric oxide directly from your skin and blood vessels. That means stronger circulation and better blood flow throughout the entire body. And the benefits are measurable. Studies have shown that consistent early sunlight exposure can increase testosterone by as much as 20 to 25% in just a few weeks. That's without pills, powders, or prescriptions, just nature's own signal working with your biology. So how do you put this into practice? Aim for 10 to 15 minutes of outdoor light within the first hour of waking. Don't rely on windows. Glass blocks most of the beneficial spectrum. Skip the sunglasses during this time so your eyes can properly receive the signal. And if you want to double the impact, combine sunlight with a light walk or gentle stretching. This simple pairing sends a clear message to your body. It's time to wake up, circulate, and perform. I remember one patient, Alan, who was 65 when he started this. For years, his mornings looked the same. Coffee in the dark kitchen and straight to work emails. When he switched to stepping outside for 15 minutes of morning light, he noticed within 2 weeks he was falling asleep faster, waking up naturally without an alarm and feeling sharper by mid-morning. His wife told me she saw the difference too. More energy, better mood, and a stronger presence. This is what makes sunlight the foundation of the 4-step routine. It takes no equipment, no cost, and just a small adjustment in habit, but the payoff is enormous. Once your hormones and circulation are awake, it's time to calm the nervous system and prepare your body for steady energy the rest of the day. That's where step 2 comes in. Step 2, diaphragmatic breathing. Once you've woken up your hormones with sunlight, the next step is to calm and balance your nervous system. And the fastest way to do this is with something so simple most men overlook it: breathing. Not the shallow chest breathing we fall into when stressed, but slow and deep diaphragmatic breathing. Here's why it matters. When you breathe deeply through your belly, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, sometimes called the body's recovery mode. This lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that blocks testosterone production, and steadies your heart rate. Even more important, deep nasal breathing increases the amount of nitric oxide your body produces. That single change can expand your blood vessels by up to 20%, improving oxygen delivery throughout your body. The method is straightforward. Sit comfortably or lie on your back. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds, allowing your belly, not your chest, to rise. Hold for 2 seconds. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. That's 1 cycle. Aim for about 5 breaths per minute for a total of 5 minutes. It might sound almost too easy, but the effects build quickly. One of my patients, Richard, age 70, started this as part of his morning reset. Within a month, his blood pressure dropped by 10 points, his energy smoothed out through the day, and he told me his sleep felt deeper and more refreshing. His wife said she noticed the difference in his mood immediately. If you have blood pressure concerns or other medical conditions, always check with your doctor before starting. But for most men, just 5 minutes of this practice each morning creates a powerful foundation for the day: steady energy, calmer nerves, and stronger circulation. Now that you've primed your body with light and opened your vessels with breath, the next step is to remind your system that strength still matters. And you can do it in under 3 minutes. Step 3, micro strength activation. At this point, your hormones are awake and your blood vessels are open. Now it's time to give your body a signal it cannot ignore: the reminder that strength is still required. You don't need an hour in the gym. In fact, just 2 to 3 minutes of focused movement is enough to trigger a rise in testosterone and sharpen circulation. Here's the science. Testosterone responds most strongly to compound movements, exercises that work several muscle groups at once. Squats, push-ups, or step-ups are perfect because they recruit large muscles in your legs, chest, and core. That's what tells your body, keep producing testosterone because strength is needed. You only need 1 set, 8 to 12 controlled reps. That's it. The goal is not exhaustion, it's activation. If you can't do standard push-ups, try wall push-ups. If squats feel unsteady, hold onto a chair. What matters is sending the signal, not pushing to failure. And the results can be impressive. Research shows that even a single set of compound movement can raise testosterone by up to 20%. That's a stronger response than hours of sitting or stressing could ever produce. Take Gordon, for example. At 66, he was retired but still working part-time from home. He told me he felt tired before lunch every day, and his evenings lacked energy. We added just 1 set of bodyweight squats into his morning after breathing practice. Within weeks, his afternoon slump faded, his confidence in movement returned, and even his wife noticed he was more engaged at home. Small action, big change. Think of this step as flipping a biological switch. Light and breath prepare the system, strength turns it on, and the best part, you'll be done in less than 3 minutes. With your circulation primed and your hormones signaling, the last step is about fueling that engine with the right raw materials. Let's move to the morning meal that seals the routine. Step 4. Targeted breakfast. You've woken your body with light, calmed your system with breath, and signaled strength with movement. The final step is to give your hormones the building blocks they need. And that begins with breakfast. Most men either skip breakfast, rely on coffee alone, or grab something sugary that sends blood sugar soaring and crashing. The result? Inflammation, poor circulation, and blocked testosterone production before the day even begins. What your body needs in the first 2 hours after waking is simple: protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients that support hormone balance. That means foods rich in zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and antioxidants, the very nutrients your body uses to make testosterone and keep blood vessels flexible. Here's a straightforward example of a performance-boosting breakfast: 2 or 3 eggs for high-quality protein, a handful of spinach sautéed in olive oil, half an avocado for healthy fats, and a serving of berries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries for antioxidants. That single plate covers nearly everything your hormones need to function at their best. And if you don't get much sun exposure, consider adding a small dose of vitamin D3 with breakfast, between 800 and 2000 IU. For men who are deficient, studies show that correcting vitamin D levels alone can increase testosterone by up to 25%. One of my patients, James, age 63, had been running on coffee and toast for years. He complained of brain fog by mid-morning and felt disconnected from his partner in the evenings. After shifting to this style of breakfast, eggs, greens, avocado, and berries, he told me within 6 weeks he felt like a new man. His energy lasted through the afternoon. His mood was steadier. And he described his evenings as alive again. This isn't about restriction or complicated diets. It's about fueling your body with the right inputs at the right time. Combine this breakfast with the first 3 steps, and you've created a morning routine that wakes up your hormones, restores your circulation, and sets the tone for the entire day. Now that you've seen the 4 steps, let's pull them together and look at why the synergy matters even more than each habit alone. Now you've seen how each of the 4 steps, sunlight, breathing, strength, and a targeted breakfast, works on its own. But the real power comes when you put them together. Morning light resets your hormonal clock. Deep breathing calms stress chemistry, so circulation can open. Strength movements trigger testosterone. And breakfast provides the raw materials to lock it all in. Done in sequence, each step builds on the next, creating momentum that carries through your entire day. Think of it like building a fire. A spark is nothing without fuel. Oxygen fans the flame. Wood keeps it burning steady. That's exactly how these habits work together, layer by layer, creating lasting energy and vitality. And the changes don't take years. Many men notice the first improvements in just a week. Better mornings, steadier focus, a stronger presence with their partner. Within weeks, deeper shifts begin. Sharper mood, better sleep, and restored drive. Research even shows that consistent morning routines can help men in their 60s regain hormone and circulation markers closer to men 10 or 15 years younger. But here's the key. It isn't about chasing youth. It's about balance, about proving to yourself that decline is not inevitable. Every time you choose these 4 steps, you're sending your body a signal it's been waiting for. One that says, you still matter, you're still capable, and you're not done yet. So take back the first half hour of your day. Be consistent. Let the results build day by day until confidence returns, not just in your health, but in the way you carry yourself and connect with those you love. If you're ready to reclaim your mornings and your vitality, subscribe to this channel, tap the bell, and share your story in the comments. And don't miss tomorrow's video, where I'll show you the exact nitric oxide boosting breakfast that can double your results. You deserve to feel strong, confident, and alive at any age. And it all begins with how you greet the morning.